earlier in the week, where we tackled the question of whether it's more important to create and publish consistent content or maximize every piece of content that you create. We're going to go back to a clip from the Q&A portion of the vidwheel Creator Network Zoom meetup, where I presented Get Your Video Content Plan on Track, a step-by-step guide. Talking about content plans brought up the concept of publishing content with a scheduling service. The initial question was posed by Jeff Strauss, the author of the book on case studies, and myself and Carolyn Choate, who is a funnel extraordinaire at the Financially Free Author, provided Jeff some feedback. And I think it's worth taking another look at this clip. Third-party posters, there was a lot of talk in the past that they got dinged, right? The algorithm didn't like when you posted through Buffer or Hootsuite as much as when you signed on and posted natively. I've heard both sides. I've heard people say that's not true, and I've heard people, continue to perpetuate that. So, what's the truth? Nobody knows. You almost have to test yourself, right? And if you do it natively for a couple of weeks and then do it through Hootsuite for a couple of weeks, what's the breakdown? So
for me, I
okay.
think that the consistency is worth the trade-off. I don't know if it gets lower reach, but
Yep.
getting everything scheduled out ahead of time is what allows me to be consistent, and I would rather have that.
Yeah. Well, that's also a great point, right? Like, if you're thinking you're getting bonuses by doing it natively, but you can't get there as often or can't be as consistent, because that's something that's rewarded by algorithms, is that consistency. So if you sacrifice that, what's the bigger loss, right? So that's a great point. Okay, so the reason I wanted to single out this clip is that it hits on one of the biggest barriers, especially for solopreneurs when it comes to planning, content or otherwise, and that's balance. So, for two extreme examples of a content plan, I'll start with what might be the easiest way to execute a video campaign. It's just grab a bunch of links from existing videos that exist other places on the internet, lay them out through a piece of scheduling software until December. Boom, you're done. Your content is all ready to go, but is it done in a way that will engage your audience? Is it done in a way that's going to interact well with the platforms that you put your content on? And is it adaptable so that you can tweak things going forward? And the answer there is no. On the other side of that coin, if you painstakingly make a new and impactful piece of video content every day, you post it at the perfect time to the perfect audience with the perfect message, you don't have a campaign. You've got a full-time content creation job and no time for anything else. So like most things in business, it's all about balance. What level of content creation can you maintain within your business? Is it enough to be impactful in the plan that you can pull off, or should you focus elsewhere? Think about your budget, both cash and time, your audience, where they hang out, and what tools can help you, and come up with a plan. My suggestion, come up with that plan, keep it super simple, run it for a month, and adjust. Rinse, repeat, and before you know it, you'll have a content plan that works for your business and gets results. Here for vidwheel, I've gone through a number of iterations of our content plan. This is how it currently stands. I post 5 days a week on LinkedIn. I take holidays off. I actually sometimes will take, family vacations off too. It has a lot to do with the personal schedule there. I also post any of the video content I create that goes on LinkedIn on YouTube. The content I create for LinkedIn is a mix of video, images, and occasional text posts, live streams of events, plus the breakouts, like the one we just looked at, are the majority of the video content that we create. And these commentary pieces are kind of a new wrinkle that we're adding in. I post natively to both of those platforms within a dedicated 30-minute block that's dedicated to production, posting, and commenting on those social platforms. So that ends up being about 2 to 3 hours per week that I dedicate to the social media campaigns that we have out there and the video content that we're posting. That's it for me. I don't invest days creating content. I don't farm it out. I've developed an efficient system that keeps me on track, creating the content that I create and getting it out there so that you all can see it and hear it. I've developed lead sales and a growing following with this system, and it leaves me a lot of time to get other things done. So it works for me. That's the overall message here. Does your content system produce results and work for you? I've just shared my balance. What is your balanced version of content creation and distribution?